All right. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everybody. Mic check. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Cool. All right. Shalom, everybody. This is Evangelist Jonathan at the King James Bible University, coming straight out of Nassau, Bahamas. But before we get into the teaching, I want to make a public service announcement that King James Bible University and the House of Lordship of Israel, we are not affiliated with any Christian groups, any Christian denominations, any block street camps, neither any other organization. We do not communicate notes. We do not share, neither do we compare notes. We are not affiliated with any outside groups, nor resources. King James Bible University and House of Lordship of Israel, we stand alone. Now, let's get into the teaching. The teaching title, A Prince Shall Dwell Among Them and Pull Them Out. Now, in the teaching, we're going to take a look at a house, an assembly of people who, once at a point in time, they lived separate lifestyles according to this world that we currently live in, and were scattered among all four corners of the earth. Now, this lifestyle each person lived and are partaking in was a lifestyle to where their conduct, behavior, and manner of life was according to this world. Rebellious and walking contrary against the law of Jehovah. Falling into these unpleasant places where they rest under false trees. Falling to the sounds of their tongues, their customs, their languages, and their cultural practice. Their time of life, they spend polluted in these secret places. Their bodies tainted and contaminated with other men's meat, other men's doctrine, keeping to their precepts and hurtful works, including their practices. So Jehovah beheld and he observed the suffering, the wickedness, and the persecution against his people, the children of Israel, those ones in bondage. They cried out unto Jehovah from over the earth, and he heard their call and weeping from out of the earth. But do these people truly want out? That's a question he's asking this house. Do these people truly want out? Do the people truly want to denounce and put off concerning the former manner and practice behaviors of the old man? Do the people, do they seek to be renewed and transformed in the spirit of their mind and put on that familiar man which God had created in his image and likeness, which is in his righteousness and true holiness, set apart unto him, including his glory? However, he shall rise up a prince, a leader, a commander that is among them in their sight. He shall pull out those that are lost, wandering. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Sorry, brothers and sisters. Like I said, however, he shall rise up a prince, a leader, a commander that is among them in their sight. He shall pull out those that are lost, wandering in the matrix, to a spiritual awakening. He shall be for a witness for the people to observe. He shall declare his greatest glory, because that which may be known of God is made known to him. For thy will be done in earth as is in heaven. What we do on earth, we will do in heaven. So Jehovah has shown it unto him, so that we have no excuse on the day of judgment. For this, brothers and sisters, you have to always remember this in Matthew. Let's start the teaching. In Matthew, let's go over to Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10. And it reads, Matthew 6 and verse 10. Oh, my Bible not showing? All right, thanks. Cool, bad. Cool, bad. All right, my bad. Keep forgetting that. Bible. Bad. All right, cool. Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. And it reads, it says here, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. But these people conduct themselves in the presence of this prince whom they can see bearing the light. Those that call upon the way of Jehovah shall be redeemed. It is evidence, proof, a confirmation that you will fulfill the same action in heaven. So, see it here, that will be done in earth as in heaven. So the same thing we do on earth, in front of this prince, with the Spirit of God in him, same thing we do in heaven to our Creator, to the Spirit of God. This will be confirmation, like I said, the same way how we conduct ourselves in the presence of the prince, we will try to do the same thing in heaven, in kingdom of heaven. Let's go over to Isaiah chapter 55. Start at verse 6, and it reads, it says here, seek you the Lord while he may be found. Say, call you upon him while he is near. Let's go over to Romans. Romans chapter 10. Jump down to verse 13. And it reads, it says here, for whosoever shall call upon the way of the Lord, the Creator, shall be saved, shall be redeemed, shall be delivered. Now the way of the Lord, the Creator, which is the Spirit. So how can it be revealed to where it can be heard by the people? To where the people can follow the way, unless the Creator, who is a Spirit, have a man under his authority, to where he say to that man, go, and he goeth, come, and he cometh. You have to remember, like I said, God's a Spirit. His Spirit is what they need to hear through a man, to where they can know and hearken unto the voice of God. Not to the man, but the voice they hear, being in obedience and following the voice. So I jump down to verse 14. Like I said, verse 14 says here, Romans 10, 14 and 15 in the reads. It says here, how then can they call on him whom they have not believed? And how shall they, you see people, believe in him whom they have not heard, because he's a spirit? And how shall they hear without a preacher? That's his vessel, that's his mouthpiece that can bring forth his word. Verse 15 it says here, see here? And how shall they preach except they be sent? He's going to send them amongst the people. Go to Esther. Go to Esther. Esther. Let's see that. Esther. Esther. Chapter 6. Jump down to verse 9. Oh, shoot. Verse 9. And it reads, see here? And let this apparel and horse, the doctrine, be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble prince, that they may array the man whom the king delight to honor, and bring him on horseback through the streets of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delight to honor. Let's go over to Numbers. Numbers. Numbers, chapter 12. Verse 3 says here, see here? Now the man Moses was very meek above all men which are upon the face of the earth. So the Most High God will raise up a prophet and put his word in his mouth. The man Moses and this prince, both prophets, both were sent because they will, both were sent, but they will not see the ground, the people, with their eyes, with their understanding. Neither will they alter their belief or change practice. They will not turn away out of Jehovah's path when he sent them. Let's go over Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 30. Chapter 9 to 11. Isaiah 30, 9, 11. It reads here. See here? He's not going to turn away. That's why, watch this. This is a rebellious people, lying churn that will not hear the law of the Lord. That's why, see here? That's why this messenger, the prophet, will not see the people with his eyes. Because the people, they are rebellious. They come over the church building. They come over the camps. They're like a man to lead them. That's why I say here, we say to the seer, see not. And the prophet, prophesy not. Us, right things. Speak to us, smooth things. Prophesy to see. That's these people. That's these people who he's going to be sent unto. They used to these prophets and these men prophesying to see. They like to say, get thee out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the whole of Israel to cease from before us. Like I said, these people who he's going to, they coming from a practice and a kind of lifestyle where those mouthpieces they sit under, they prophesy to see. They say to them smooth things. They get out of the way of Jehovah and walk in their own path, walk in their own lifestyle, teaching their own way, teaching their own truth. That's the people that's the people the prince is going to pull out or going amongst. Let's go with Exodus. Exodus. Chapter 3. Jump down to verse 7. And it reads here. See here? And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, which are in bondage, in the house of sin. And I've heard their cry by reason of what? Their taskmasters, their oppressors, are those pastors, are those street camp leaders. For I know their sorrow. Jump down to verse 9. And it reads, it says here, now therefore, remember the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me. Jehovah's hearing these things. He's hearing it crying with people from within. Sin. From amongst sin. And I've also seen the oppression wherein the Egyptians oppressed them. They see, like I say, you see the people of bondage oppressing them. Like I say, he's going to raise up a prophet. See, let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 18. Verse 18. He says here, verse 18. See, I will raise him up, a prophet, a monk, a mouthpiece, a servant from amongst their brethren, like unto thee. And I will put my words in his mouth. He shall speak all that I shall command him. He's not going to speak those smooth things. He's not going to speak deceit that these people once was under. He's going to speak all that his creator, all that Jehovah shall command him. Like I say, Jehovah is going to wean him off of memories of the past comfort. Because he too was once a part of this lifestyle. He too was once in seminary school, up in these church building, leading a congregation. So Jehovah's going to wean him off of the memory of past comfort, of carnal and worldly desires. He will dwell in this prophet, in this mouthpiece, for his way will be in him and fill him with his spiritual desires by his spirit, the word, by his spirit, the word, in wisdom. Let's go back over to Exodus. Exodus. Chapter 35. Chapter 9, verse 31. And it reads, verse 31, he says here, verse 31, he says here, see here? And he had filled him, this mouthpiece, this messenger, this prince, with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. He could be a servant. According to the Spirit. Go to verse 12. Let's go to Numbers 12. Numbers chapter 12. Verse 8 says here. With him, not here. I don't need that one, my bad. Let's go over to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 19. See here? Says here. It shall come to pass that whoso will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my way, I will require it of him. So like I said, he's going to put his spirit in this man. He's going to come down into a line of destruction. And he's going to fill a vessel, a messenger with a spirit to pull his people out of destruction. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. 18, verse 15. It reads here. The almighty word leaped down from heaven over that royal throne as the praying man of war into the midst of a land, people of destruction, people that's in those church buildings, people that up in those camps, people that scattered on the four corners of the earth. He's come down in the midst of a people of destruction. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah. (55), verse 11. And it reads, see here? So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but shall come to which I please, and shall profit into the thing, the prince, the mouthpiece, the messenger, whereto I sent it. It shall prosper. That's where it come now. He ain't come for all. He coming for a few. He come for the elect. Not all. It's going to prosper. To where to he sent it. Go back over to Exodus. Exodus. Chapter 3. Because the majority, a great multitude is stubborn. It's stiff neck. They don't want to come out of bondage. They don't come out of this world. See ya? Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1. See ya? This messenger. Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the Mount of God in Horeb, right? Jump down to verse 2 all the way down to verse 4. This is messenger. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in the flame of fire in the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Verse 4. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him over the midst of the bush. And Moses and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. So he called out Moses in the midst of a bush. Let's go over to Proverbs. Proverbs. Chapter 8. Says here, verse 1. Do wisdom cry? Do understand and put forth her voice? I show her crying in the midst of the bush amongst the people. First chapter, verse 5. And he said, draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoe, put off your authority. All the places you journeyed in, I was tied to, that you felt compelled and obligated to serve, said, put off your shoes, for from off thy feet, from off thy desires, thy thoughts, his way, his doing. For the place where thou standest is holy ground. It's a separated people. It's the house of God. So all Lord's past behaviors and practice that he once operated in, he had to put off his shoe, his own opinions and belief. Man is now at a very crucial point in his life to where he now has to make a choice. And there is no middle ground. Neither is he going to, either he's going to follow Jehovah or follow Satan and this world. Because many of us, including myself, I remember when I first was introduced to King James Bible University and House Lordship of Israel, I started to tell the Black Street Camp members that I was under about King James Bible University. And all of them spoke evil of KJBU. And the elder that was teaching here, talking about he's just a Christian. That he brainwashing the people. You know what I mean? That call the people, that the broad people that call themselves teaching truth. And I was sitting right there at first. I think between two opinions. However, every time I had my doubts about over here, then those Black Street camps keep proving my understanding. The Black Street camp King Bible keep proving me that those Black Street camp understanding was wrong. And the naysayers, he proved those naysayers wrong. Every time I would doubt about over here, he proved me wrong. Through precept upon precept, line upon line. Like I said, I was between two opinions. Whether I should serve Jehovah or not. And he proved me wrong. Let's go over the First Kings. First Kings. First Kings 18, verse 21. It says here, after the comma. 21c. It says here, how long have you been between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. Because this messenger, he's now at the house of Jehovah, where he will be given understanding of the Lord. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Chapter 26. Jump down to verse 12. It reads right here. Verse 12 says here. See here? My foot, my desire, stand, is stop. Is stop between two beliefs, two doctrines, two teachings. In the even place. In the congregation will I, what? Bless. Get understanding of God. In the congregation, in the people of God, will I bless, get understanding of the Lord. That's where he's at right now. At the house of Jehovah. But he had a standing point. He between two beliefs. So all those memories of the former way of life, the manner of lifestyle, he wants desire, he have to now give up for Jehovah's way. A life for a life. His desire, he give him wisdom and his understanding on this journey. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 19. Jump down to verse 21. It reads here. Verse 21. It says here. See here? And thy eye, thy understanding, thy understanding shall not pity, shall not have compassion, or your heart desire of lust. You shall have no pity, no compassion on this form of lifestyle. Because why? But life, a lifestyle, go for a lifestyle. An eye for eye, understand for understanding. A tooth, that's our suffering for a tooth, his suffering. Hand, power for a power, that's a foot. Desire and path for a foot. Desire and a path. So our suffering for his suffering. Different suffering for Jehovah's suffering. And having a good conscience with it. Let's go to 1 Peter. Let's go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter. And it reads. Here, 1 Peter. Chapter 3. 14, 16, and 17. And it reads. It says here. See here? But if you, that mouthpiece, that prophet, that prince, suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are you, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Verse 16 says here, have a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, because many can speak evil of him. Many have spoken evil of him. They may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation. They call you Satan. They call you in a cult. They may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ, in the anointing way of Jehovah. Turn verse 17 says here, for it is better if the will of God be so, that you suffer for what? For well-doing, than for evil-doing. It's okay, brothers and sisters. It's okay to be different. See here? That you suffer for well-doing, than for evil-doing. You suffer for well-doing, Jehovah's going to reward you for your suffering for his way. Not turn aside to do evil and to suffer for evil in the long run. Like I said, the same suffering we have to go through, our Lord, Jehovah, also suffered for us to bring us back to the Creator. Only by him. Watch this. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 18. Come down to verse 11. And it reads, verse 11 says, y'all, see y'all? Like I said, see y'all? Verse 11. The master. Let's go to Matthew. Let me show you the master. Go to Matthew. The master. See y'all? Matthew 23, verse 10. I'm sure the master is. Neither be you called master, for one is your master, even Christ. Let's go over here. Verse 11. The master, that's Christ, and the servant. Let me show you the servant is. Let's go to Leviticus 25, 55. Watch this. 55. For unto me, children of Israel, are servants. So go over here, Wisdom of Psalm 18, verse 11. The master, Christ, and the servant, children of Israel, were punished after one manner, one custom. And like as the king, so suffer the common person. They say, all that go straight. Christ went straight. Let's go back to 1 Peter. 1 Peter. 1 Peter. 1 Peter 3, 18 and 19. And it reads. 18 and 19. See? For Christ also what? Had once suffered for sin. The just for the unjust. That he might bring us to God. Being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. Come down to verse 19. By which also he who, Jehovah, Spirit of God, went and preached unto the spirits in prison. In those dark places, people tied in bondage. In Egypt, he went down in those prisons. But however, not all is going to hearken unto the voice. Instead, many will be rebellious. Many are not going to get pulled from out of darkness. Although many have been chosen, only a few will be saved. Many is going to get caught up in the floods. These doctrines of over 45,000 different ones over there. Those floods of doctrine. Come down to verse 20. See ya? But sometimes we're disobedient. When once, see, disobedient, we're rebellious. When once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark, like I said, many ain't gonna be saved, only a few. While the ark, the heart of God, was prepared, was determined, wherein what? Few. That is what? 8 souls were saved, were freed by what? The knowledge, the understanding of the Spirit of God. Many ain't gonna be saved. Only a few. Let's go with Genesis. Genesis. Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2. See ya? It says here. See ya? The earth, the people, those in the flesh, were without form, had no resemblance, the custom practice, and the way of the Spirit, and the void is confused, lacking wisdom, and darkness, spiritual blindness, and ignorance was instead discovered upon the face, the present, the glory of man, of the deep, the ones who are spiritually dead, the ones spiritually separated from God, and who? The Spirit of God, Jehovah, move upon the face of the waters. Of the waters. Let's look at this dead. Look at the dead. Let's go over the rumors. Let's see this dead. Romans. The thief operating as dead. Watch this. Romans 10, 6 and 7. It reads here. See here? 6 and 7. But the righteous, which is of faith, speaketh on this wise, say not in thy heart, who shall ascend into heaven? That is to bring Christ down from above. Verse 7, or who shall ascend into what? To deep, to dead, the ones that are in the grave, who don't know the truth. Like I said, Jehovah has seen the affliction of the children of Israel, his people, by the burdens of their taskmasters, the oppressors that are in authority and are set over them. Let's go over to Exodus. Exodus chapter 1. See here, verse 10. It says here, come on, let us deal what? Wisely with them. These the taskmasters do. Said, come, let's deal wisely with them. Verse 11. See here? Therefore, they what? They set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burden that they build for Pharaoh, treasure cities, and Ramses. Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Let's go to chapter 3, verse 7. See here? Verse 7, it says here, and the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, by the introduction of judgment, don't teachings of their taskmasters, of those oppressors, those that exploit, those that rob the people out of their possessions. For I know their sorrows. Like I said, they exploit the children of Israel with the introduction of their interpretation of understanding, doctrine and teachings. They exploit the people with all the different laborers' practice, like giving tithes for money, making it mandatory to command the children of Israel to give donations, to build their buildings, their lifestyle, their vacations, and they call it a mission. They go, maybe give money for the support of mission. Then they command the children of Israel to march the streets in costumes for miles, shouting and singing their oppressor's song, giving worship to a man. That's what taskmasters do. They even make women, young and old, dance all through the week on Sunday in the church buildings in front of the oppressors. All this Jehovah is seen by the taskmasters. Let's go over to Amos. Let's go over to Amos. Amos 3, Amos chapter 5. Jump down to verse 12. See here? Verse 12. Says here, for I know your manifold transgression and your mighty sins. What? They afflict the just. What they do? The taskmaster take bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gates from their right. They turn away from the truth to make them serve a rigor in those church buildings. They exploit the poor. They turn aside the just. That's what they do. That's what the taskmasters do. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah. Chapter 43. Jump down to verse 24. And it reads. Verse 24. See here? After the calling. But thou hast made me to serve with thy sins. These wicked taskmasters of these church building, they take the children of God and they put hard tasks on them, serve with rigor. Thou hast made me to serve with thy sins. They take Jehovah, children of Israel, what they do? Thou hast wearied me with thy iniquity, thy acts of sins, thy ignorance, thy deception, worship of idols, and the works of flesh. That's how masters make the children of Israel do. Let's go back to verse, Exodus chapter 3, verse 10. See yo? It says yo, you will see this. He said, come now, and I will send thee unto who? Pharaoh, that thou may bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of what? Egypt, out of bondage, out of sin, out of flesh. Let's go with Ezekiel. But hey, Ezekiel 3, verse 11 says here, and go, tell the prince, and go, get thee to them of captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus said the Lord God, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Let's go to Exodus chapter 4, verse 1. See what he did. He said, and Moses answered and said, but remember, they will not believe me. They will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. But they will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto thee. Tell me this is going on now. This is going on now. The people that he went to have eyes, but they lack understanding. Such are those that sit in darkness, spiritual ignorance. They blind. Likewise, these be they who separate themselves, walking in willful ignorance after their own ungodly lust, speaking foolishly against the truth. Tell me I lie. Not one to leave off from the leavened bread that they ate in Egypt, that they ate up in these church buildings, up in these camps, up in these gathering places, dwelling among sin, rather than draw near to that bright light. Many of us choose to let this foolish world that we're in distract and construct these temporal pleasures that our fleshly mind can see, feel, and touch. Our minds like to stay attracted to things of this world and its ways, not designed to come out of her, but choosing to be spiritually separated from God and naked, choose to be covered in sin, not wanting to give up this lifestyle. Because since the beginning of this world, man have not hearkened, neither understood or recognized what God had prepared for all those that wait on him. Because he's foolish. Let's go back over 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel. We don't know if we're hitting in our face. Watch this. 1 Samuel 25. It says verse 9. It says it, y'all. And when David, the beloved, the promised one, young men came, they spake to the Baal. They spake to us, the foolish, the ones in willful ignorance, those who don't understand, those who understand not, according to all those words in the way of what? The beloved, the promised one. And cease. Like I said, Jehovah been sending messengers unto us to give us, Jehovah been sending messengers unto us to give us this life and to come up out of bondage and confusion and change from our foolish ways. And so he constantly have to send his messengers unto us. Because we're rebellious. We are dead. Generations upon generation upon generation upon generation. Keep sending them. Keep sending them, because every time we keep sending, we keep going back, we keep going back. If we ain't going back, we stay put. We stay put. We stay put. We don't want to move. Let me get blocked for shoes. Let's go over Exodus. Exodus 5. See y'all? Verse 1. See y'all? And afterwards Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh told us, thus said, Spirit of God of Israel, let my people go, that they may let my people go. See ya? 1 Samuel. What we do? What we do? 1 Samuel. What we do, and what we allow our taskmasters to do. 25 verse 10. Allow us to convince us. And the Baal answered, who? The Nawal, the foolish one. Those that don't understand answered the beloved, the promised one, the servants, and said, who is David? Who's the beloved? Who's the promised one? And who is the son, the servant of Jesse? Jehovah exists. Who is he? That's what we do. See ya, verse 2. See ya? We've been doing this time and time and time again. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that shall obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. That's what we do. Also, we let our taskmaster tell us, hey, he telling you a lie. He's Satan. He's the devil. And we believe him. We allow our minds to deceive us, to fool us, to keep us in bondage. That's what we do. Let's go over to John. Go over to John. John 5, verse 43. See ya? Verse 43. What it says here? See ya? I am come in my Father's way, and you receive me not. No. This prince come in Jehovah's way. Because why? He ain't coming flashy. He ain't coming in nice fancy suit, watch, car. He ain't begging for money. He ain't taking up no tithes. He ain't speaking in Bible. He come in the Father's way, and you receive him not. If another shall come in his own way, him you receive. Tell me I lie. Tell me I lie. If another come right now and tell you pay tithes and offering, you receive him. Because he's foolish. He's stupid. He come right now and say, listen, hey, every week you gotta give me $20. We will do it. Don't tell me I lie. We will do it. But if he come in the Father's way, you receive him not. We don't receive him. Because he ain't coming like a beggar. He ain't coming wanting, he ain't coming needing. He come with the word. Jehovah give him his money when he leaves us right. We don't want that. We want to give our taskmasters everything. We want to stay in this bondage. We want to stay in this confusion. Like I said, we receive him not. And choose not to separate from flesh. Not willing to give up a life for life, but rather choose death and to suffer in flesh. Let's go over to Exodus. Exodus 2, chapter 14. See ya? And he said, who made thee prince and judge over us? Tell me we don't do this. Who made you ruler and judge over us? Huh? He come tell you the truth. Who is you? I must leave my family. I must leave off from sin. Who make you God? Huh? God let me just where he is. Who you is? Who you tell me who my God is? Tell thou to separate loose meat, or thou kill this Egyptian? We don't leave off from the sin. We don't leave off from family. He come to separate what we do. Hell no, we ain't want that. Who you is? See, and Moses feared and said, surely the thing is known, was made aware. You have to flee. You have to live. He come to separate us from family. We so stupid. Who you is? That's what we do. We don't want to separate. We love family. You know what I say? Blood thicker than water. That's what we say. Let's go over to John. Chapter 8. 23. You tell you, oh, my mommy been to church long time. My dad been to church long time. Then I answer him, and we be Abraham's seed. And we never in bondage. You old fool. You bondage to mine. You don't even know it. How said, you shall make me free. We so stupid. We don't like to listen. He ain't telling you make free. He tell you, how to make you free. We so stupid, so prideful. Then I said, we. That's all us. We be Abraham's seed. We never be in bondage to any man. You in the church building, right? You in them camps, right? You get an offering, right? You get tithes, right? How said thou, you shall be made free. He come to release you from those taskmasters, from those burdens. He come tell you, hey, keep your damn money, keep in your pocket. Jehovah don't want that money. Come on, damn church building. Talking about the church hot. We need money to keep the AC on. We're so stupid. He come to free you from from burden of man. He come to make you come free from the labor task. Every damn week you gotta give 10% of your money to a man. You come to free from this life in the sea. Like I said, a lot of us get caught up on the man, the envelope, instead of the letter inside. We all in our emotions. We get caught up in our emotions and our feelings. When we should be shutting our mouth and opening our ears to the word in that vessel, which is bringing forth the message out of his lips. However, many will seek to what? Separate, because his word has no place in them. Many people came through this prince. Many people came in and out. Watch this, John 8:37. Says here, I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to separate from me, because my word has no place in you. They swear up and down, they swear up and down, this man think he talking about himself. He's so stupid. He said, say prophet. He speaks to you all that I speak about him. Ain't the damn prophet, ain't the prince, it's Jehovah. He says, yo, I know you are Abraham's seed. He knows you're Abraham's seed, but you seek to separate from me, because why my word have no place in you. Turn verse 34. Truly, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is a servant of sin. And John 8, verse 34. Whoever commits sin, I say unto you, whoever commits sin is a servant of sin. Servant of flesh. Verse 35. And the servant, and what? And the servant abide not in the house. And the servant abide not in the house, in the vessel, in the body, in flesh. Forever. But the Son, the Word, the seed, the Spirit of God that cast off, abide forever. That's what we cast off. Abide forever. The same thing we cast off, abide forever. Like I said, a lot of us is going to die in this world, in our own grave. This illusion of false reality, because many are already claiming prematurely and foolishly that they have made it out of this matrix. However, the same world is going to prove us, many of us, who we truly are. Who we truly are and what we're truly seeking. The same prince is going to prove y'all. It's going to prove to people to see who we truly are. For that reason, many will and are going to get distracted in this matrix, dwelling amongst all this confusion on this journey over this matrix, out of our graves. Many will be caught up by family, friends, loved ones, children, like I said, even our own flesh. And they're only there to be a thorn to our side. That's all our family there to be, a thorn to our side. To constantly exhaust each and every attempt to separate us from this path that we're on. But many of us can allow that to happen. Listen, they won't stop till exhaust every attempt to separate us from the path that we're on, to forsake the righteous path of Jehovah. To forsake the righteous path Jehovah set us on. Brothers and sisters, we have to endure. We cannot fall back in this world. We cannot pity. I cannot pity the earth. I cannot pity the ground. I should not pity family, pity friends, pity loved ones. Do not see this earth, this dirt with our eyes. Because if we do, we can go right back in this world. Let's go Wisdom Solomon. Let's go walk down. Wisdom Solomon. 18. (15), 16, and 20. See ya? He tell you that my word leaped down from heaven on that royal throne, put first mount into the midst of a land of destruction. People of destruction. In the midst, he come to pull who he need to pull out, or this destruction. Verse 16, and brought thy what? Unfringed commandments, and sharp, what? A sharp sword, and stand up to fill all things with death, and it toucheth the heaven, but it stood on the earth. Something verse 20, watch this. Yea, the taste and the experience of death touches the righteous also. We can touch them too. So the righteous is going to experience the separation from Jehovah also. Like Daniel, we in the matrix, right? We suffering now. We exempt. But we gotta stay fast on the journey. We gotta endure till the end. And he's gonna pull us out. Just like Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They went in the bondage too. They went to Babylon too. But they didn't fall to the pressures of the world. They stand firm. See you? And there was destruction. There was a destruction of the multitude in the what? Wilderness. But the wrath endured not long. But many of us make haste. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms 30. 45. It says here. See? First, I ain't get to it for the moment. For the moment. In his favor, is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning. We're going to go through a time in this matrix, trials and tribulation for proving. While we are amongst all this confusion, this may be for a few years. For some, it might be till completion. But you got to endure to the end. The righteous and unrighteous, when that point in time come, all could be, we could be amongst the unrighteous. Right now, we amongst the unrighteous right now. And we speak. But we got to endure to the end. He will send his spirit down into a vessel to bring us out of this matrix. Those that are his, draw nigh to him, not to the man. Draw nigh to that spirit that is in him. For that messenger, the angel, that prince, is with us. And Jehovah is caring for. And Jehovah is caring for the souls. Let's go to Baruch. Let's go to Baruch 6. Baruch 6 and 3. It says here. See here? Baruch 6, 3, 5, and 7. Baruch 6, chapter 3. Says here. So when you become into Babylon, you shall remain there many years, and for a long season, namely 7 generations till completion. And after that, I will bring you away peacefully from thence. Chapter 45, it says here. See here? Beware therefore that you will no wise be like to strangers, neither be you and of them. When you see the multitude before them and behind them, worshiping them, don't be like your family. Don't be like your friends. Don't be like your loved ones. But many of us, what we can do? Be just like them. 47 says here, for my angel, my master, my prince is with you, and I myself care for your soul. Who? Jehovah. What I say? Stay close to him, not to the mind, to Jehovah. Let's talk about Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. 18. Verse 21. And it reads, says here. See here? For 21. For then the blameless, the upright, and the faithful man made haste and stood forth to defend them and bring the shield, his buckler, his help, his guide, the Holy Spirit of his proper ministry, his calling and service. See, even prayer and propitiation of incense set himself against the wrath, and so he brought the calamity to an end, declaring that he was thy servant. Because who is chief among you shall be your servant. Verse 22. So he overcame the destroyer, not with the strength of body, not with flesh, nor with force, nor with strength and might of arms of his hands, but what? By what? See how? By what? By what? A word, thy spirit, and what? Subdue he him that punish. Bring what? By punish. And alien the oath and the covenant made with our father. Verse 23. See ya? And when the dead were now fallen down by heaps, one upon another, stand between he stayed the wrath and party separated the way, the part lifestyle for the living. So they said, be amongst the dead. He's gonna make a way through all this confusion, through all this dead, through all the corpse, through all your family, because they dead. They're about the carcasses in life in them. He's gonna make a way through all this confusion, through all this death, through all this calamity, for the living, for you all. Stay close. Stay close. See, he stayed the wrath and parted the way to the living. He made a way for us. Stay close. Don't see the earth with your eyes. If you do, you end up with the dead and with the falling down by the heaps, one upon another. You get up just like the heap of the dead if you do so. Verse 25. Under these, the destroyer gave place. I was afraid of them, for it was not enough that they only tasted of the wrath. Like I say, they're not consumed. These are the ones who don't consume in this world, but overcame. The question is, how many of us is going to take this walk seriously and willingly? How many of us is willing to forsake and need to consider the things of old? How many of us? Because he says here in Isaiah, says here in Isaiah 43, 18, says here, remember you not the former things, neither consider the things of old. See, this right here be a stumbling block to many, because many don't want to let go of the former things, and neither the things of this world. A lot of us reason within ourselves, and continue to hold on to the things of this world, hold on to its custom, its practice, its tradition, including its worldly pleasures, including family. The Most High God is a jealous God, and He is not coming to bring peace on this earth. Neither is He coming to, He's coming to do work. And that sword, will he have? And that sword, He will have a man at variance against those of His own household. He's going to bring that sword. He's going to separate. He's going to make a separation. But how many else can allow Jehovah to make the separation? How many else can allow Jehovah, through this word, separate the sheep from the wolves? How many else can let Jehovah work, prosper? Or we can stand in the way and die. Because that's sword coming. He's coming. He's coming to separate. Stand in the way and see if you won't die with your family. Let's go with Matthew. Matthew 10, verse 34 says here. See here? Verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace. All right. Come not to send peace, but a sword, a divide. For I come to set a man, male, female, a reverence, a division. He can divide against his father, and the daughter against his mother, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. See here? A man foe shall be they of his own household. When will we understand this? A man's foe, male, female foe shall be they of his own household. For some strange reason, like the pity family. I tell you in scripture. Brothers and sisters, if we continue to stay on that left side and continue to play in this matrix, we will get caught up. Like I said, falling right back into deep sleep, back into this worldly system, which will starve our spirit, cause us to be desolate and empty, feeding into our flesh instead of our spirit. That's what this world do. It feeds our flesh, not our spirit, not the spirit you're putting us, not the spirit. It feeds the flesh and the desires of flesh, destroying us in the process because we got turned about, fallen for their many devices. That is why it is very important that we kill off the flesh. Like I said, many of us are not going to do that. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 19. One down to 3. Say y'all. As for the ungodly, wrath come upon them without mercy unto the end. For he knew before what they would do. He knew this. See how that having given them leave to depart and sent them haste away, they remember and pursue them. Verse 3. For whilst they were yet mourning and making lamentation at the grave of the dead, they had another foolish devices and pursue them and fugitive as your family. Like I said, they can never stop until they exhaust every device possible to get the fall of the part. See how? For whilst they were yet mourning and making lamentation of the grave, you just kill the flesh. They ain't give you time to breathe. You just come out of the water. And they ready plotting their next move to get you back and the dead amongst them. See how? For whilst they were yet mourning, you ain't finished mourning your dead. You just kill the flesh. They had another foolish device to pursue after them as fugitive, who they had entreated to be done. They ain't playing. This world ain't playing. Your family ain't playing. Like I said, the minute we decide to put the flesh in the ground, here the world come again. Like I said, the world isn't going to let up off us. She know her time is short. And she will exhaust each second of it. So go to verse 4. Verse 4 and verse 5. It says, y'all, for what? The destiny whereof were worthy drew them unto this end, and made them forget the things that already happened, that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanted to their torment. Watch verse 5. And that thy people might pass a wondrous way, but they might find a strange death. See, and that thy people might pass a wonderful way. However, they may find a strange death. Like I said, this messenger is seeing these acts perform itself out in his presence. Like I said, not according to his eyes, but through the eyes of his creator. Let's go to Exodus chapter 14. Exodus 14. Verse 10. See ya? Watch this. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes. See? We tell you those things were according to your understanding. What we do? And when Pharaoh, that's your down family. Put your family there. When Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes. We saw this world through our own eyes. Not the eyes of Jehovah. When we lift up our eyes, we saw our loved ones, family and friends in this world. We saw our past life, what we supposed to have buried back in Egypt. Our own eyes. And what we do? I remembered the Egyptians marching after them. And they were so afraid. And the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. Watch this, verse 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were what? What we say? I said, there are no graves in Egypt. There are no graves in Egypt. That's a false reality that we still holding on to. Ain't no graves in Egypt. False reality we hold on to. That we truly want to be in. That's flesh. Where we can do what we want. Act how we want. Why? Because in Egypt, there's no limitation. No judgment. While in sin, we can do whatever we want. See, what we said? How art thou taking us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore, hast thou dealt thus us the cares forth? Where you going? Verse 11. Cares forth or the Egypt or the bondage. Verse 12. See, is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt? Ungrateful dogs? No, we is. But ungrateful dogs. Saying, let us alone that we may serve in Egypt, people of bondage. For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptian, people of bondage, that we should die in this wilderness. Like I said, many of us are not faithful followers of Jehovah. We desire to be, but don't have the willingness to endure persecution and hardship for the sake of one's faith. Instead, we approach near and enter right back into our graves and into the hands of the destroyers. That's what we do. Let's go to Baruch. Let's go to Baruch. Kid you not. Kid you not. Baruch. He said we can't get our own way. Can't get out our own way. Baruch 2:11. All this, listen, all this is the prince of the Sino. All the prince of the door, but out the door a bunch of rebellious children. Baruch 2:11. What says here? And now, O Lord God of Israel, that hath brought thy people out of the land of Egypt, he brought our souls from out of this flesh with a mighty hand, and his arm with strength, and with signs, and with wonders, and with great power, and hast gotten thyself a real grateful. Open our eyes and remember for the dead that are in the grave in the flesh, whose soul and spirit are taken from their bodies, will give unto the Lord neither praise, thanks, glory, or respect. Because we are ungrateful, but ungrateful dogs. No righteousness, no reverence in conduct, no show respect, humility in their behavior and walk. Get grateful. He bring our dirty backside all of the flesh, and what we do, we are ungrateful for it. No, Lord, I'll go right back into confusion, right back into my family. That's what we do. Pull our backside out. Mother freeze. Boy, I tell you, eh? Let's go back to verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear you not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he showed to you this day. For the Egyptians, the people of bondage, your family, who you have seen today, you shall not see again no more, forever. If you see your family according to the eyes of Jehovah, you won't see them no more. Because you will say, this is my family. You will see who they truly are. You will see through the eyes of Jehovah, they ain't your family. Your mother that birthed you. You died that put the seed in your mother to break forth you. Your brother, only your brother in the flesh. He ain't your family. You will see him no more because you will operate in the spirit. You will operate according to Jehovah's way. Verse 14 says here, the Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Hold your strength. We must trust in Jehovah, our guide, our strength. If we do that, we will be protected by his strength and his shield. Trust in him, and he will give thee help. He had given his servant Moses, the prophet, back in the days of our forefathers. And also, he has given this prince also righteous authority over his people. And what instructions and what instructions to examine and consider. They say he gives prince also for righteous authority over people. So we can examine and consider with honor and humility and recognize of a higher power. Because he that feared and honor Jehovah will respect his mouthpiece. Like I said, this mouthpiece is looking for no respect from you. He wants respect what's inside him. He could care less how you feel about him. All he wants you to do is hearken unto Jehovah's voice. Recognize a higher power. That is within him, operating within him. He cares less you don't like him. Like I said, again, because he that feared and honor Jehovah will respect his mouthpiece, his prophet that he sent will be shown unto them. Because why? See here? Let me show you something. Romans 1:19 says here, because that which may be known of God is made known in him. But God has showed it unto him. Like I said, you're not expecting flesh or the physical vessel. Your honor was inside the vessel. Believe in that prophet sent by Jehovah that he sent to believe in that prophet, that mouthpiece sent by Jehovah that he sent to lead you in the way. Believe not in those false mouthpieces that are dwelling in this world. Also, we must not look at our families, loved ones, and friends, like I said, with our eyes. because they will be one of our biggest enemies next to our own flesh. See, as we are in this wilderness, we're going to have parents, families, constantly pursuing you. Like I said, trying to get you back into a church building and little block street camps. Your mom approach you, speaking pleasantly. Oh, son, you know your mother love you. Weeping with her eyes. And I will, weeping with her eyes, tell you, I will never tell you nothing wrong. Your mother will never lead you down the wrong path. That's what they do. Every opportunity she get, she will not stop pursuing you to pull you back into the world until she turn you away from the path of God and right back into the old lifestyle. Your very own mother. Turn back to the same old lifestyle, the old man, the former things, and the world's pleasure. Your own mother. As I mentioned earlier, we must wait on the Lord. Because we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Don't think for 1 second that's your mom who you're wrestling with. That ain't your mom you're wrestling with. That's the spirit within your mom. That's the spirit within your mother. That's the spirit in your daddy. That's the spirit in your sister. That's the spirit in your brother. That's the spirit in your Grammy, your granddaddy, your uncles, your brothers. You don't operate against flesh. You operate in the spirit what's in that flesh. Like I said, but against powers, rulers of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Don't think for 1 second you wrestle against your mom, your daddy. Wrestle against the spirit within them. I mean, we call them not. I mean, you have the spirit of Jehovah in us to see that and to understand who we're fighting against and let Jehovah fight our battles. We must stand still and don't get discouraged and do not fear. If we rely on our strength, we get swallowed up. Let's go over 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 20, 15. See ya? 15. What says y'all? Verse 15. 15 after the comma. Says y'all. Thus said the Lord unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude. For the battle is not yours, but God. Don't fear great multitude. Don't look back and say, Mother Teresa, look at my family succeeding in this world. Eh? Don't look back at those temporal things. Look ahead. It ain't real. It's an illusion. And this message of the prince is coming to show you that this world is an illusion. It ain't real. He says you're be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of the great multitude. For the battle is not yours, but God. Verse 17. See, says you shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, stand you still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. See, after the calling, fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord will be with you. Jump down to verse 20. Jump down to verse 20. See ya? And they rose early in the morning. No, Rachel. After the calling, you get one on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 20, second 20G. Says y'all, believe in the Lord your God, so shall you be established. Believe his what? His prophets. So shall you prosper. But many of us getting our feelings. But I can't realize we just wicked. No. We just wicked. We can't envy and jealousy in our heart. I can't realize that. That God, many of us to go in hell. Many of us can go to hell. Many. Let's go with Exodus. Go with Exodus. Exodus. 15. Exodus chapter 14. 15. 15, 16 says here. Says here. Exodus 14, 15, 16. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. The Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the multitude of Israel, that they go forth. No, I need that one. Maybe I read the wrong one. But it's 15. Exodus 14, 15. Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. Verse 16. But lift up the rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. Verse 19 says here, and the angel, the messenger, the prophet of God, which went before the camp of Israel, was removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the angel, of the prophet, or the cloud of the congregation of the people, went from before their face and stood behind them. Like I said, he sent him to be a light, to be a guide, to pull the people out of confusion, of bondage. But like I said, it ain't him. It's Jehovah. Let's go over there. Let's go over the Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. 16. 6 and 7. Says here. But they were troubled for a small season, that they might be admonished, having a sign of salvation, to put them in remembrance of the commandments of the law. Because why? For he that turned himself toward that prince, toward a prophet, was not saved by the thing that they saw, but by thee. Thou art the Savior of all. Let's go over to verse 30, and it reads. It says here. See here? Thus who? Thus the Lord, Spirit of God saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptian dead upon the seashore. Verse 31. And Israel saw the great work which who? The Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed who? The Lord and his servant Moses. Let's take last two scriptures and we close the teaching for the day. Exodus 16, 2 and 3. Exodus chapter 16, 2 and 3. And it reads, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. For 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, would not God have died? And the children of Israel said unto them, would the God that we have died by the hand of the Lord and the hand of the Egyptian, when we sat by what? Flesh and pork, and when we did eat bread to the full, for we have brought, for you have brought us forth in the wilderness to kill the whole assembly with hunger. Like I said, we murmur about lacking for food. We murmur about lacking for food being prepared. But all that really is an excuse. Because what we really want to do is go back in Egypt. Back into the world and its pleasure. Doing our own pleasures. Being back in those church buildings. That's what we want to do. Bringing those carnal men. we're going to go back in this world pleasure. Doing our own pleasure. Going back in those church buildings behind carnal men. Because That's where our desire and our mind truly want to rest. Seeking nothing but vanity. The brothers and sisters, I'm going to close teaching right here. We can pick us back up next week. Brothers and sisters, I want to end the teaching right here. Put a right here. So brothers and sisters, we can pick us back up next week. So I want to say a shalom to all. Shalom.
This moment in time where our path has crossed and our destinies are now intertwined.
What's up, Rachel?
I'm Elder Michael Johnson, and it's an honor to be in your presence. As I speak these words, I can sense the uncertainty in your hearts and many feeling the